Hello, everyone. This is Tammy Fisher within the Doll World. And today I'm with my wonderful, beautiful co-host, Miss Georgette Taylor.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Miss Georgette. And today's special guest is Rafael Nuri. She is a doll artist. She makes one-of-a-kind, just amazing dolls. And thank you, Rafael, for joining us.
Thank you so much. You invite me. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
yeah.
Rafael, we're going to start with that question that we ask everyone. Tell us about your doll journey. We want to know how, what factors in your life led to you being where you are today as an award-winning doll artist.
Yeah. So basically, when I was a small girl, I loved to draw, but I never think when I was young that, doll maker, this is education, or this is, people can work like that. I thought, I even never think who makes dolls. But I love it from when I was so young. I was grown up in Russia, and Russia, it's a country when we have no open market. When I was young, it was, around 90s. And we have no Barbies there at all. No beautiful dolls, just ugly dolls, and more looks like, kids, like small something, like baby dolls. And when I was around 12 years old, I saw on TV Barbie advertisement first time in my life. And I was just in a shock. I didn't know why. But after that, when I saw Barbie first time, this is huge blue eye. For me, it was something, extremely special, extremely cool. And so I just started dreaming about that. But, it's ridiculous, but I can afford Barbie when I was 14 years old. It was my first Barbie doll in my life. And,
well, that doesn't sound ridiculous. Yeah, you're saying you never saw them before.
Yeah, because it was extremely expensive. Even, simple Barbie cost around, $100. It's around 4 paycheck for my parents.
Wow.
It's because in Russia, different type of money. People in this time got, 20 in a month. And for me, it was special doll. And I see on that, and I can understand how to play. I'm already adult. It was my dream. I got it. So, and after that, I started thinking, oh, possibly I can make it sometime. I mean, not Barbie, but doll. And already I go to the art school. And after that, I go to art college. And after art college, I got bachelor degree in Academy of Art. And my specialization was like media artist. So it was not sculpture. I lost this idea to making dolls again. It was something from childhood, It's not was like my main idea. But I got 13 years classical art education in Europe. So after I was I think I almost finished my education, and I saw first time beautiful porcelain doll by Marina Buchkova. It's famous artist, I think you know it. And I was in a shock. I thought, oh my God, this doll just amazing. And that time her doll cost around $5,000. And for me, it was something strange and extremely expensive. I even never dreamed that, doll can cost $5,000. And that's why.
Let me ask you a question, because you said 100 for the Barbie and 5,000 for this doll. Are
It
you
was
talking
already,
American dollars or Russian dollars? Just so that people
No,
United.
I talking just about United States dollars. But I saw Marina Buchkova doll when I was around 25 years old. I already was grown up, and in Russia different prices already, country a little bit grown up. It's it was not as poor as when I was child. So, and even 5,000 for me was something unbelievable. And now I understand in this second, somebody making porcelain ball jointed dolls. So it's mean like, they take porcelain and make dolls. And I understand this is like industry. And Marina Buchkova was the first people and first artist in this world who give me inspiration. And I understand the doll is the art. And, I met her one day and tell her huge thank you, because basically, and this is true, Marina Buchkova was the first person who created ball jointed doll in the porcelain in the same sexuality, in the same style, in the same way how we working now. Popova, as a top doll maker in the world, working anyway based on this market. She was first person who create, because this doll is specific, you know, this is sexual doll, like not sexual, with sexuality. I mean, she's nude.
Sexual.
Yes, sexual. This nudity, this is beauty of body. As you know, it's not like a baby doll. It's not like a Barbie fashion doll. It's different way in a doll art. And Marina Buchkova was first person who create this way in a doll maker art. And now all of us who in the market and working in the same way, just because she was first. She gave us, you know, like, you know, she showed us a different way in the doll making, and we just go to that. So she making something now, but in that time when I saw her doll, she was extremely popular. And I was in my Academy of Art, and I asked some professor if I can do something like that. I mean, how to work with porcelain, how to make molds, what to do. And she told me, yes, you can try. And I find some, you know, teachers who show me how make plaster molds, how, you know, if you draw a lot, if you have art education, if you have huge base like me, you know, it was not big problem, you know, start sculpting, because, you know, I learn anatomy more than 10 years every time, you know, so it's art was around me because it was a specific education just about that. And I just understand what I want to do. And I start making my first doll. And that takes around 4 years. My first doll, I don't know, it was so hard. I can understand exactly how joints work. I thinking, trying, I make again and again. But when I done, I sold my first doll for $2,000. And my second doll was already sold for $5,000 and third for $8,000. The price grown up because the auction. I put my doll on the auction, and it has grown up in the auction. And my most expensive doll was cost $18,000.
Wow.
So on auction also. Yes. And this time Marina, when I sold for $18,000, Marina sold her doll for $250,000.
Wow. Wow.
So she anyways,
some serious doll
superstar.
ladies.
She's superstar. It's also auction, you know, we do it the same way. She's superstar. She extremely talented, and she, you know, like, you know, mother of this way in a doll maker art, because you know, she created it. It's I think that's why I extremely love her. I give her my love, like thanks, everything, because I'm happy I'm working now, and market grown up now, and you know, a lot of collectors. So you know, it's mean like, you know, you can create any dolls, but I'm working just in a one way in this art. I'm making, you know, dolls around, you know, 16 inches or a little bit smaller. My last porcelain was around 12 inches. So you know, it's the same like it's the same like kind of doll, and the same type of collectors. You know, who buy ball jointed dolls never buy Barbie. Who buy Barbie never buy ball jointed. Somebody buy integrity toys. Somebody different. So it's different type of the doll collectors, and I'm working just in one segment. So
right. Okay.
Yeah, and that's how I start. Basically, I got inspiration from her because I never even imagined, you know, this is way in the art. And a lot of people can imagine the doll specific way in the art.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So one of the things for me that I find fascinating is Russia. I mean, the doll makers coming out of Russia, there are a number of you who are making just exquisite dolls.
Yes, to be honest, if you're thinking now in the market and we're trying to separate artists by level, the top level go to Russia because Marina Zbychkova basically Russian artist. You know, she was born in Russia. You know, Popova, it's Ukraine, Russia, doesn't matter. It's the same. No, for me, it's the same because, you know, it was USSR before. I not split people to Ukraine, Russian, or Belarus because basically I'm from Belarus, but it was one country, you know, before USSR broken. So, and I think because it's because education, yes, a lot of artists have classical education. Who is a top now? It's really hard in Russia. It's not like here. I'm sorry, but I have a friend who go to university, Pittsburgh University of Art, and it's just a kindergarten because, you know, in Russia, if you decided to get classical art education, you will draw from 8 a.m. until sun go down, you know, until
Wow.
night. If you want to have some result, you will working as a crazy non-stop. It's your life. Sometimes we even sleep in Academy of Art and not go home because we have no enough time, you know, and it's just really complicated. It's like, you know, classical European academic art, and all Russia, you know, have kind of that. If you go to Academy of Art, it's gonna be hard, complicated, and a lot of hours when you just draw. So you repeat every time, very often, and so I think that's why, because I mean, that's why Russian very different than another doll makers. So it's not very, it's different taste because possibly different culture, and it's little bit different skills level. Because, you know, to be honest, I have daughter, she go to school, and if my daughter to do something in school, everybody tell her, oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, you're so talented. It's so cute. It's so good. Because teacher can't push down the kids. In Russia, different. Teacher push you down every time. If you do something, teacher told, no, it's bad. You should be better. It's bad. Even if it's perfect. Oh, you know, it's not really bad, but you can be better. Anyway, teacher never tell you, oh my God, you're amazingly talented, you are perfect. No. And, you know, and I think we grown up in situation when we should, you know, prove we good every day, every time, every second of our life. We tell, no, I can do it. I can do it. Teacher told me, you know, I'm good. And you just go like that, go and you push, they push you down and grow up. And I think that's the result. We never happy with the result. We every time thinking, no, I can do better. Even inside, you know, I have no teacher around me now, but I remember how they push me down and I push me myself now because that's, you know, it was my environment many years from when I was kid. So possibly that also, and all Russian like that. Even if you're not artist in the school, teacher will be push you down anyway because this is a different, you know, type of education. They thinking if kids will thinking it's kids bad, they will, you know, try and make to be better and will be grown up, you know, in any skills. It doesn't matter. It's language, it's, you know, it's math or something, but that's how it works. You never see here in Russia good word from teacher. Never. This is like that's how it works. Possible is that I don't know.
Yeah, just different ways. So when did you, in America, we're not really funneled, and I know in some of the European countries, they start to see, or not only European, but in some other countries, they see that you have a natural inclination to do certain things, like you have a basic talent for art, so then they start moving you art that way, or you have a basic talent for math. I don't know if you guys are hearing this. I'm sorry. We got a thunderstorm going on here. So I know that in some countries they will funnel you toward, you know, along that direction. So do they do that in Russia, or do you choose what you want to do?
Basically, parents help you. You know, in a school, not, you know, here, yes, it's true. Kids has a lot of choice, and you know, they can try any profession to be a little bit here, a little bit here. In Russia, no, it's now possibly yes, because, you know, everything start grown up in education system also. But to be honest, my talent find only my mom, and she thinking, possibly she like draw. She asked me a couple times, give me pencil. I started. So parents help in that time when we grown up, not school, not help with that. So my mom, so I draw dolls. I call it draws because I can buy it. I start draw it on the paper, cut it, and, you know, I has box like that with a paper doll because I want it. I want Barbie. I want something like that. You know, I dreaming, but I can't get it. I start draw, cut it, and, you know, and make, you know, some clothes separate or just draw the dolls. That's what I'm doing all my childhood, you know.
That makes sense. So you started out with paper dolls.
Yeah, I just draw that because I can buy it. I can imagine, you know what, another thing, if when I was kid, I just go to the store and buy Barbie, possibly I not was so excited about it. And possibly all Russian like that. It's another reason why Russian go really forward with dolls and the skills is good, because we dreaming about doll. We can buy it. You know, in USA, all girls can go just to Walmart, you know, and got this Barbie. If the same with in Russia, possibly, you know, we not was so excited about dolls. I mean, Russian artists, but we was just, you know, for us, doll is something unbelievable. It's like go to the moon. That's how kids wish it, how wanted, because we saw it on the TV. On the TV, we have Barbie advertisement, but not in the store.
Wow. So is it still that way now in Russia?
No. Now in Russia, you can find a lot of Barbie.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but it was, you know, just, you know, beginning after USSR was, you know, broken. You know, it was a hard time because it was, you know, economy problem. But after, you know, I think after 90s, it's already start regular country like everywhere. You know, borders start open, and you know, in the other market and other products can go to the country. But before, border was closed. Nothing, you know, nothing international stuff like no, only domestic market.
At what age did you realize it? Because you said your mom helped you to make that decision. What age did you decide to go
to be
into the art? Yeah, to be an artist.
So I think is a school like, you know, like if you want to go to Academy of Art, you should finish at college. Without that college, you can go there. But you can go to the college without you know, like a artist school for kids, art school. And I go to art school, but I was already a little bit older than I needed. I was, I think, 12 years old, something like that. And my mom sent me to there first. After only I finish it, I can go to college. It was 2 years, like 2 or 3 years art school, and 4 years in college, and 5 or 6 years in Academy of Art, because I a little bit changed direction. Basically, for me, it takes 6 years in Academy of Art. You know, it's a system. It's all depend. So if you not go to art school, you can go to Academy of Art. So and basically around 12, I decided to be artist, and I think making dolls around 25, 24. It was my last year in academia when I decided, oh yeah, dolls is exactly for me. It's perfectly perfect. I want to do that, extremely want to do that. So it was around 24, 23, 25, kind of that, when I start my project, like BiDoll project.
Okay. But how did, I know you said that when you started art, it was early, but then you didn't decide to do dolls until much later. What were you thinking about doing before you did the dolls?
Yeah, my education was a media art, and I'm really happy. And you know, that's interesting. I'm thinking about that a lot. And now, in the modern world, I believe only good media artist can be good doll maker. Because, you know, this is media art, you know, it's like all in computer, all software, 3D program, like that. And because, you know, it's really strange thing happened 5 years ago when 3D printer come to the market, and all, you know, a lot of people even lost job. Because, you know, I have a very talented jewelry making man who work in Russia, but this man don't know, you know, 3D program. And, you know, now all artists, all top makers make dolls in 3D because it's quickly. If you will do it by hand, like many years ago, you will be slow. And, you know, in another artist who even, you know, not extremely talented and possibly even worse than you by skills, but know 3D program really well and can use 3D printers, they will be forward than you, because they will be more fast. Now in the market, fast is very important. How fast how quickly you show new doll. If you will be, you know, without 3D technologies and doll maker process now, you will be just in the end. You will have no enough speed to be on the top. So, and that's really helped me. I mean, you asked me, my education was media, and I know like 3D program work. I know how, you know, start to modeling. And one day I just bought 3D printer, and start make my doll like 3D models in the computer, start print it, and and it's go much more quickly than before, because technologies exactly, and even symmetry. If you make one eye and you try to make symmetry for the another one, it takes a lot of time. Here, just flip it, as a computer did it. And so this is a world now, and this change, 3D printing machine change not only doll maker industry, they change a lot of industry in our world, a lot of them. Now all prototype making in 3D and printed it and make molds and like that. So it's changed. I think this technology changed design for sure, all design, not just doll maker. And I think there's people who choose media way in education, media design, media art. This was smart choice, because in my time nobody expects that all world start to be like virtual, because when I was on my first year my education in academia, we have no internet at all. So that's how it's changed, and nobody expected. I just choose it because I didn't know. I think I love computer, I love Photoshop. I think possibly I will do something there, but it was much more deeper. I know video technologies, I can make editing movies, everything in the computer, all program, I know all of them. So, and of course it helped me now, because it's helped me in the beginning. I can make logotype, website, all promotional product myself. I not need, to order it, some people to do that for me. But now I'm making doll in the computer too. So that's what happened.
So are you also selling 3D printed dolls?
No,
or do you
it's
do
not
that to just
possible.
make your,
It's not possible to sell.
okay,
I
just
don't know
using it
what
to make your mold? Is that how you-
no. I will explain it. I make only prototype.
Oh, you make your prototype. Okay.
Yeah, because now it's that's cool. 3D printers is good, but anyways, they also use resin, but this resin is fragile. So doll, resin doll should be extremely strong, because people will play with that like this, and it should be like strong doll. But now material, what you can find on the market for that is it's fragile. It's a little bit more stronger than glass. But anyway, it's good for mold making. You can use it like prototype. You can check how joint it works. It's okay. You can even play with this a little bit, but it's not a product, for sale. Of course not.
Okay.
Anyway, you will add a lot by hand. So if you create joint, it's good. Its basic shape is good, but inside something not good, you need to add it, little bit sand it. So you again work with that by hand. But for the face, it's pretty much symmetrical, and not really. Of course, you will possibly make hole for eyes a little bit better or something by hand, but you have basic shape. It's extremely helpful, yes, but it's never finished project. And I think even if 3D printer start create extremely strong material, anyway, this is it's working like UV. Is like UV light go to the material and it starts stronger. Like basically it's closer to nails. When you make longer nails, you put it in a UV lamp. It's the same technology, but UV light change the color, for example, of this material. If you try and even create doll, nobody know what's happened with this material after 2 years. Definitely, I told you now the color will change it. And layers, you need to sand all dolls as a crazy, so it's also doesn't work, because even tiny layers, it's layers. It's not a perfect product. No, I think if you see somebody selling, doll like just through 3D printed, it's not casting. It's a bad quality anyway, because I know a lot of materials now. Nothing stronger as casting resin. I mean, good resin, like smooth on resin, like task 3, extremely strong. You even can put nail inside, with this doll. It's extremely strong. So because my doll expensive even without paint. Just if you buy a nude blank doll, it's it's basically pieces of plastic and put it together. It costs $1,000, 1,900 something kind of. That's what shipping. It's around 1,000. So without face-off, without wig, without nothing, just pieces. And you know, can you imagine it if people got it in a bad quality? Of course not. It should be strong, and you know, and people must understand they can play with doll as crazy, nothing happened, because you know they should feel free. It's not a porcelain. Porcelain a little bit different. Porcelain doll also playable, but you know, but people understand it's fragile. They put it on the shelf, change poses, little bit hands, little bit like that. But with resin doll, people play like any poses, and doll should go through any hard playing and not broken.
Okay, so you are making porcelain and resin dolls, but you are not selling 3D printed dolls.
Of course,
you use the 3D printer just to make a prototype. So
yes, prototype. So I just sent prototype to manufacturing, and they make molds, custom, because you know it's a lot. I'm selling a lot. So I can do it myself. I'm only one person, but porcelain doll I'm making by myself from beginning till end, because it's unique doll. Usually it's 1 or 2 dolls in a year, and you know, I'm cast myself, sanding, firing, painting, so it's full set and all from my hands. But it's cost, you know. My nude blank doll was sold for 5,000, the last one, just hair and painted. So, and but it's porcelain, and you know, people playing different with porcelain.
So you make the bodies of the dolls. Do you do any of the other parts? Do you make the wigs and the eyes and the
yeah, I'm making basically everything I can do, because you know, I'm making porcelain doll myself from beginning till end. So when I'm for resin doll, I can make full set. It's mean, you know, I got pieces from manufacturer, you know, painted myself, make wig, dress, everything. And I doing that sometime. So, and the couple full set in a year, but you know, all of my time, what I spend a lot of time, almost all of my time, just for sculpting, because you know, pre-order is closed now. Already new doll for pre-order are already on the manufacturer, but nobody see it, but it should be done. And now I'm working for the next pre-order. So every next pre-order, I need to give people new head, new hands, new foot, new shoe. So it's a set, you know, and what I'm doing every day, I'm sculpting. So, and sometimes I find time to make full set when I start make clothes and wig, and I'm selling that. So now I'm working on a 2 full set, really cool, for next pre-order. It's going to be amazing. And I will sell the samples. I mean, I will make some full set for photo shoot, we'll open pre-order, and I will sell the samples, what I did. So.
Okay.
Resin full set cost around 280 to 3,200, kind of this price. Depend how complicated it, you know, because if it's, you know, extremely complicated, it's around 3,000. If it's just a little bit painted, it's around 2,000. If it's without feet, not really complicated accessories, possibly, you know, 2.5. So it depends how complicated.
So how much time do you spend sculpting the doll? I mean, how long does it take you to make a doll?
But for example, I have a huge experience, but I really have huge experience. And when quarantine started, I decided to make totally new line, totally. So, because, you know, before I make resin doll, but it was more in a fashion way. And it was not only my project, it was project with another artist from Belarus. She should make, you know, clothes. I will make those. It was a project, but this girl passed away and nobody expected.
Oh, wow.
And I was in a shock. It was my friend. And, you know, and I can't work anymore with this line because, you know, I'm a little bit feel sad. I'm crying because it was our project. So I lost my really good friend before quarantine started. And, you know, and I was sad. It was depression. It was hard time. That's why I decided to leave it for a time. Possibly after time I can come back for the fashion way, and decided to create something totally new. So I start, for example, when quarantine start March, And it was not one doll, it was two different dolls with two different body. Some joints the same, but a lot of different, basically two different dolls. It takes 9 months.
Wow.
But it was not even final doll, it was final prototype. Because, you know, you try and joints, after that you understand, oh, this magnet not working, you need to do it again, or is this magnet not work? Magnet is problem, you know, because now it's hands is magnet hands, and you know, it's so hard to, you know, find right size the magnet, find, you know, the way, because you know, the hands not fall off on the floor, and you know, you make it again and again, and you know, some joints good, but you thinking possibly a little bit better, and you change it again and again. So I think around here, how I start, you know, show the doll to the people and start to speak with manufacturer, I almost ready for the casting. So I think even here, but it was 2 dolls. I'm not sure it will be much more quickly if it will be 1, because it's the same, you know, it's different body, but the same size, the faces, you know, you can change it. So, but one little bit more like sexual, like superhero, another just girl, like school girl, just simple girl. Yeah, I think even if it will be 1, it will be a little bit shorter, because, you know, when you make 1 joint, you can use it for both of them. So, but around here, but you know, for perfect result, not just a doll. So basically, if I start today, I can see final vision, almost joints, like I think in around possibly after months. But when you start print it, you start fit it, you're thinking shorter, like longer, or head too big, and you change it. So I think here for good result, even for professional.
I remember before we got online, we were talking, Rafael, about the hands that you create for your dolls, and that was one of the things that I found so impressive and so beautiful, because I think your hands have such great expressions to the dolls. And I know we talked a little bit about that. So can you share with me what you said that your teacher talked about when it went about hands? Because I think you do great hands too.
Thank you so much. Yes, you know, the hands was possibly even because I remember my first doll show, and Jack Johnson saw my doll and thought, oh my God, this hands is amazing. And that's how he, you know, give me attention first time, because he saw my hands. No, not my doll hands. So, and I remember when I was student in Academy of Art, and we, like, you know, draw from natural people see it, like, you know, in any poses, and we just draw them. And every time, even if you draw 16 hours, it was not enough. And my teacher told me, you know what, if you can't finish it, that just finish it the hands and head, so, and it will be looks good. And when I start making my dolls, I understand that, you know, the main thing, what should be, you know, perfect and beautiful, is this is a head and hands. And if you did it well, doesn't matter, you know, what's inside your underclothes, for example. And, you know, in the ball joint, that everything important, because very often we sell new doll, you know, and we show all body and beauty of the body. This is like way. But a lot of people who make, you know, boudoir doll or just static doll, they have a clothes, you know, and clothes not dress up even. And of course, you know, the basic is silhouette, shape, and hands and head. So, and this is really true. And that's how it was all of my education. You know, if I have no enough time, I just spend time for the hands. I make nails, I make beautiful, you know, something like that. And, you know, and everything looks good. Nobody see, you know, how many muscle I draw, how many, you know, any, you know, you can even almost make a couple lines for the body, finish it head and hands, and you're done. So, and I understand that the same thing work when you're making dolls. And if you create good hands, good face, you're okay. So, and that's why I spend a lot of time for hands every time thinking about it. Yes,
that's interesting. It's always interesting to speak about, to artists about their journeys as an artist and what led you to do that. So one of the things that sets you aside from some of the other artists is the beauty of the hands. And so for you to explain that to us, that helps us to understand why
Yeah,
your dolls
yes,
are so beautiful,
yes.
their
And
hands and faces.
even if you go to Google and just start to in Google like artist doll and start watch pictures, and I like this doll, I like this doll, I like this, and when you see what you like, you can understand beautiful hands. Our brain sees that, but you like it, but you can understand why. But your brain working as that, you see face, good hand, you like it, because that's how our mentality work. It's not even about something. And even if you are just student and teacher watching your work, they didn't see the problem with body if you did this good. So it's not even you like it even don't without understanding why, because your brain working as that. So, and you can try, if you're trying to watch just pictures and you see I like it, and watch how beautiful the hands. I'm almost sure the hands will be did perfectly perfect. So that's how working our brain. And like customer, people who love art, who watch art, they usually stop on this thing, and that's why of course I trying to make it good. And I think if I was teacher and learn how to make those, I explain the same to my student, finish it hands good. And almost doesn't matter what's under clothes.
That's interesting. There's a really different way of looking at it, or even understanding how you look at it without understanding.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's what in Academy of Art teachers explain us. The people who make huge analyze art, they know what people love. Some color, but it's not because they love it, because it's brain work as that. And when you go to the really deep art education, you will learn that also. They will explain you how to, tell your customer love you even without words. Just make something and they will love it because it's a brain.
It was funny because that's
Yeah.
literally the first thing that I noticed on your dolls.
But this happened everywhere, in the design, in the game industry,
Yes.
everywhere. Because I know some people just learn in other people, and based off this experience create art. So basically that's how it should to be, because before I start to make my first doll, I'm trying to understand who is my customer. And I understand, okay, who will buy my doll? So basically it's gonna be women, not really young, because my doll expensive, something women who already have career, or possibly who married well. And possibly this woman, if she will buy my doll for 10,000, possibly her house in the same style, because my doll should stay in the house. What house is going to be, what environment, what's interior. And that's basic, this is basic things of any design. If you create, for example, I don't know, lamp, you should understand, oh, this is lamp for girl. It should be pink, and let's go with this room. Possibly the wall will be pink. The same with the doll. If you create something extremely expensive, but not extremely, but it's expensive for doll, and you should understand environment around the doll, and only in this way you can create the product what people will buy, because it's exactly what they need and what they want. But if you don't know your customer, you can't start creating, because definitely you will create something what people will not buy. It's really a very important thing. You create something for market or just for yourself. But is another problem. To doll making process costs a lot of money. If you would like even to create something for yourself, you will spend a lot for tools, everything. So I even don't know how much cost my studio if count everything what I have inside. But and already you spend money to create it, you have it but not buy it. So okay, nobody buy it. Okay, I have very expensive doll, so you can go and buy if you want a doll. you know. But if you would like, you know, making doll what you like, and at the same time selling, so you should understand, okay, I love this, but who will love my doll also? What kind of people also thinking as me, and trying to find the segment of people and start creating something kind of they will love. And in me, it was real happy because I love Marina's doll myself. And I want something, you know, with a jewelry, with a gold, something, you know, light, something bright, with the big eyes, with the light energy, you know. And it was the same, like, you know, customer already was created by her. So really complicated to go to the market with not understandable product, because basically it will be only you. It's happened very often. I know the example on the market. People spend a lot of time, a lot of skill, you know, time, tools, everything, materials. They create something and nobody buy it. If you're okay with that, you can skip it. But if you decide that you need return only money for material, you should, you know, count who will love it, learn your customer, explore your customer. You should know who is your customer from underwear until everything, you know. Only in this way you can create the product what will be popular on the market, and only in this way you will sell it. So this is very interesting, and this is the same thing what I learned in Academy of Art, because all design, it's a project, and doll, this is a piece of design. Doll is because doll stay in an environment and have, you know, a very close connection with the human, with the people, you know. And if you create design object, but doll is definitely object of design, you should make all rules what use all designer in the world, what who create, doesn't matter what, they use the same rule what you should use when you create doll, because it's the same object of design. And only in this, you know, only after that you can be sure you sell it. But if you don't want to sell, it's okay.
I think
But
I think that is a great.
no,
I think what you said is amazing, because I don't think people sometimes, you know, who creates dolls think that way about their doll. They have this desire to create a doll because it's either something that they didn't have when they were a child and they wanted, you know, want to have it, or they see somebody else's doll and they say, oh, I could make that. But I think you have to be strategic also in you know, in the design of creating that doll, and what
yes,
that person, what the person that you're going to sell that doll looks like. It's like your avatar in business.
All depends, you know. I think if, you know, somebody now, for example, told me, you know what, I would like to start to making dolls, you know, the first thing what I will ask, why and for who? It's really two important things what, you know, all people should ask themselves before they go to that. Because to be honest, even simple doll costs a lot of money, even simple.
I think that that's great advice, because we speak to, you know, artists from around the world every week, and we hear different stories. Some people are doing really well, some people are not. Then we have people who contact us and say, oh, I want to make a doll. And unless you've been there, I don't think you can understand it. And so I say to people, if you have enough money that you could, if you're willing to lose the cost of a house, a mortgage on a house, if you have that kind of money that you could lose that and be okay, then okay. Because you go out here and you make this doll, it's going to cost you all this money. And like you said, if you haven't done your research, who buys it?
Right.
You know, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars spent just getting your molds made. So
yes,
that's really good advice. And another question that we ask people is, are you able to make a living on your art? Do you make enough money to cover your bills?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, me, yes.
Okay.
Yes. But all depends, because, you know, for example, I have also husband who work, so he pay for the house, but I pay all my expenses and I have a little bit more.
Okay.
So yes, I think, if, to be honest, if I live in Russia, not in the United States, I can cover all my family plus my mom.
Wow. Okay.
But
Wow.
in the United States, it's really expensive life, you know.
Yes.
So we like property, you know, taxes. In Russia, we have no, for example, property tax. Like, you know, my house, you know, insurance. So it's expensive life, yes. But we can cover even this one. But all depends when you live.
Okay, where do you live?
I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I mean, if you live USA,
You're in Pennsylvania. Okay.
I mean, if you live in you know, Russia or even in the Mexico, it's different because, you know, only. So for me, it's USA is one of the most expensive country in the world. Possibly German or British can stay closer, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah, but when you start to take into account that we have to pay for our medical expenses, America is an extremely expensive place to live.
Yes,
yeah, when you live in a place, when you live in a place where your medical expenses are covered, you have more cush. But in America, and I think it also affects the number of artistic type people that we have, because like you have a husband, so it's hard to make a living as an artist in America if you don't have someone else, because you have all these other things. If I was alone,
no husband, I move somewhere. I mean, somewhere like, I don't know, like Mexico, for example. Somewhere I can make my dolls all anywhere, you know, anywhere.
Right.
But my husband has a good job, you know, my daughter loves, we can afford it. But that's why we're here. And you know, the main thing what I love in USA, I'm protected and I'm free. I can tell what I want. Nobody kill me for my thinking or for my mind. In Belarus, for example, it's problem now. I can tell, you know, talking about politics or something like that. I can go to the jail for my opinion. Here I can thinking what I want. Nobody, you know, this is very important for me to be free with my mind, you know. I'm not I will do something, but if I want to think in something, nobody stop me and nobody send me to the jail for my thinking. If you know, if I don't like president, for example. So it's free country. This is the main thing. And possibly for now, I can I will pay these expenses, you know, for this life. But I feel free. It's where you know, when you was grown up here and live here many years, you didn't feel how important that. But if you go to another country and you know, you can understand a lot of stuff, you know, because you just not met it. You know, I mean, even so some country don't like lesbians, some country can understand, you know, marriage between the same you know, gender. So, and they, you know, following against these people. And so America is free for everybody. You know, I can be any color. I can love woman or man. I'm free. So, and we pay for that freedom, taxes, everything, you know, and that's that's fair. That's fair. You know, if you go to my country, for Belarus, you can understand how dangerous just to be human, because human rights is nobody, you know, follows the human rights, even simple things, simple human rights. So, and USA expensive, but I can tell, I can live, I can thinking, I can make my art. I open to all world, for example. I can send my dolls around the world. Nobody stop me. So I want to explain, basically, you know, I'm not Russian. Russia a little bit more free. You know, I'm from Belarus. Belarus is a small country with a dictator. So, and, you know, it's a different. Putin is dictator also, but, you know, they much more freedom than Belarusian. You know, you can work there, you can send packages, you can, you know, buy around the world, everything. Belarus, no. It's that's what country, Belarus, when I was grown up and got my education. And it's all my childhood from Belarus. My second citizen is Belarusian citizen. But a lot of people didn't know that country. That's why I call it very often Russia. Because, you know, before we was one country, USSR. After splitting USSR, it started different country. But we all mixed. My grandmother is Russian, my dad Ukraine, my father is Belarusian. we all mixed because it was one country, nobody, you know,
Mhm.
so we're not really separated, but it's in Belarus a really complicated situation now with the freedom. You know, it's not off topic, but it's about those. So recently, when you know we have problem with the president election in Belarus, I create political doll. It was a doll that looks like a president, not this president, what we vote for. So it was woman. Her name is Svetlana, and I create this political doll after election. I give a couple interview why my doll crying and like that, and I'm afraid now to return to Belarus because you know people who create art about political art can go to the jail for art.
Is your family in Belarus safe?
No, my family in Russia.
Okay.
They moved to Russia from Belarus. I stay in Belarus alone with my because I already go to the college, and my parents decided to move to Russia, and I stay with my grandparents there in Belarus.
Okay.
So I have my sister from Moscow, parents from in Russia now. They safe in Russia.
Okay.
I think in Russia nobody sends you to the jail for the art.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. But in Belarus now, yes.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just awful situation. So, but you know, I decided to support people in country and create doll who, you know, possibly show to the world we have a problem with human rights there. And I decided to create doll to show people what happens in a different country. And after that, a lot of, you know, Voice of America take interview with me about this political doll and ask my opinion as an artist, what's going on in the country and like that. But I know I'm afraid go back now. But it was my, like, you know, I think the artist this is like some thread between people and problem, because you know when it was war, like War II, is, you know, a lot of political, you know, banners, you know, and you know, like artists, you know, give a position and ask people to go to the war, show them, you know, it should be, because you know it's the same in the music. If somewhere war, you know, the music, you know, help soldier go through that to be more brave. And I think as an artist we should help, you know, go people through tragedy, show the problem, world problem, yeah, because it's only how regular people can understand what's happening around the world, trying to show, you know, problems, world problem to regular people who sit at home and just, you know, watching Facebook. It's not good, it's not bad, it's a position. So, and if artists show the position, they should say free, even if the art, you know, is opposite opinions that government have. It's just opinion, it's just art.
Yes. So for, with the art that you're doing, have you heard back from, I mean, are you getting any indication that people?
Yeah, yes, it was a huge feedback from the people. And
okay, good.
The main interesting thing is this is woman what was like my doll. It was a president, but election was not fair. They not counted well, and this woman not won there, but all country voted for her. And in the next day after election, you know, people go to the street and they almost kill them, the government, and peaceful demonstration was ruined. A lot of people go to the jail. Some people dead. You know, it was awful. And this woman go to Vilnius. It's a capital city in Europe, I think Latvia or Litva. So it's a Vilnius, is the name of the city. And my work was on a banner on the city, because the government give you know, money to create a social advertisement. They choose 20 artists from Belarus who support country, and my doll was one of that work. And my doll was on a banner on the city a couple months around all cities. So it was the name of city Vilnius. So I think it's nice feedback, because 20 work was chosen. Mine was one of that. It's doll. It's not like, you know, banner. It's not like, you know, sign. It's just like, but I was so proud of that. And so yes,
Yeah, that's
my
great.
this work find feedback. If somebody asks me, you go to the jail or you will repeat it, I will repeat it and go to the jail. So it's my voice as an artist. I choose it, and I understand the responsibility now. That's why I love United States, for the freedom, for the human rights, for the protected, you know, in the basic thing, human basic things. So like that.
Nice.
And that's why I live here. And I hope I stay here.
Yeah, that's great. One of
Yeah.
one of the
great.
things that I say about dolls is human history is doll history. And so if you want to tell the story of humans, you will always find a doll that will be part of that, that will help to share that story. And that's such a powerful story that you just told us about making this doll and how it impacted the people and, you know, was put on the banner. And that's,
I think I sent you pictures, and
Yes.
one of these doll in the picture is this is with a red background. It's crying woman.
it's yeah, that's wonderful that you are using your art
doll
to
yeah.
to stand up to make
Yeah.
But
make a
you know,
change.
sometimes you just, I think the artists not create like, you know, social art just because oh, tomorrow I will do that. No, it's the same like therapy. So I feel pain for my people. I feel pain for my country. And you know, it was so hard and complicated that I like make my work, you know, like based on my feeling. I think it's helped me go through that, even possibly more than other people. I hope, you know, my art, my position, you know, open eyes to another people, or they can see the problem or something like that. But to be honest, it's really helped myself to go through that, because it was my art therapy. When everything happened, it was just awful what happened in my country in this time when I started to do that. I just go home crying, even my husband crying, because you can understand, because you know, it's 100,000 people, peaceful people, without nothing. We have no guns. It's this country not allow any guns, nothing, and they just go to them like soldier, you know, hit them, rape them, or kill somebody, or it was just something. And this has helped me, and I think, you know, like it's helped my mind go through that. I make this work, I started a little bit better because I did something what I can. You know, I live in so far away from that country, but here what I can do, I do what I can, and I do something. And I think all art, what's you know, based by some tragedy or some problem, just because artists feel bad and they start to do some hard art about social problems, something like that, because she wants to go through that inside and making something. So basically, it's art therapy sometimes. It's really work. And if, you know, artists create something and this is inside like pain, the art looks really good, because, you know, art is emotional, really emotional. We just didn't know what to do with emotions. That's why we start making art based on these emotions. And so I think it's like that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
It's
very
it's your
powerful.
it's your
Thank you for
release,
sharing
you
that.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
sharing
thank
that
you
with
for
us.
sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do new project soon. It's about domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
So we have a
Who is we? Who are you working
so
with?
this is the woman who lost daughter, and you know, like boyfriend kills her daughter. So
Oh.
and they create Alina's law. It was a lot of, you know, project what she create to help another woman go through domestic violence, you know, domestic problem.
Is this in America?
Yes, here
Okay.
it's the situation happened in Pittsburgh, but about
Okay.
Alina and about this Alina's organization know a lot of people, a lot of women, because it's around the world. Like, you know,
Okay.
the one woman who goes through that help another woman, you know. and now they create an idea to create like Alina's doll. So I will create the doll what will looks like Alina, but another, you know, people who go through the pain, through this problem, they will create like dolls as art therapy, and it's going to be exhibition. Like it will be Alina's doll name, but a lot of, you know, people who lost in a kids who in the same things, you know, who was abused by, you know, family, inside family, they can go through that. So this is like art therapy. All people will make dolls. It will be exhibition about, you know, violence and what's history, what's happened, and all about that. So it's gonna be exhibition in Pittsburgh. Possibly it will travel in.
When are you going to have the exhibition?
We already started. So I have a concept because I will create main doll. It's gonna be Alina. Is she gonna be possibly portrait, possibly not exactly portrait? I was thinking, but we already know how it's gonna be. We already know the character, what's the main idea of this. I already start sculpting. So, and I will create the main doll for this exhibition. Exhibition will be possibly closer to winter. I don't know. Okay. Because, you know, it's not just about my doll, it's about everybody. Because exhibition is already finished doll. You know, some people can make, you know, something from fabric. Some people can make something from, you know, paper. It's just therapy, you know, as a doll, as a symbol of the, you know, for the people who lost, you know, daughters who was abused by family, like family abuse, something like that. And
so is it open just to like
it will be
a small group of people who are making doll? Well,
so they has a big it's not just, it's a totally not for people who making dolls. It's just for people who was abused by husband, by family, like domestic violence, you know, this way.
I understand that, but you said that people are going to be making dolls.
Yes, the violence, people who has a problem, they will make own dolls. How they can, you know, it's possibly from paper, for possibly it will be, you know, from fabric, possibly they just draw something, but they should, you know, put inside, paint inside to the object.
Okay, so is it, have you already selected those people? Is it a group of people in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, because the Alina's organization, this is a huge organization. No, it's not huge. It's pretty much, it's famous, and, you know, they contact with all the same organization. And usually a woman or parents who lost kids, who lost, you know, somebody in domestic violence, they know each other, they know these people, and they just invite them to be part of this project and trying to make making dolls as art therapy. And I think it started in Pittsburgh, but it's going to be traveling.
That's beautiful.
So we started. The name is Alina's Dolls.
Alina's Dolls. So
it's the name of the project.
Can you keep us updated on the project so that we can share information about it? Yes,
I will update you.
You're doing a lot of powerful work.
Yes.
With your dolls, you're just.
I basically know the dolls. That's what I'm doing from morning till night. So, and this is just my world. This is my life. That's only what I'm doing. No, possibly I can do a lot of stuff well, but I just give my life to that. And that's why, of course, people find me sometime, invite me to some project. And, you know, that basically Alina's mom find me by this doll by Belarus who is crying. They saw it and understand I can make something emotional for her. And that's how people find me for another project.
That's beautiful.
A lot of dolls, everything about dolls everywhere.
That's beautiful. I want to ask another question. What I wanted to ask you is, what inspires you to make the dolls that you make?
Yeah, but this is very interesting question, because I can tell you, you know, oh, I'm inspired by nature. It's too simple. But basically, you know, when I was kid, I told you about this Barbie. Yes, and you know, the wishes was so hard. So my wishes inspire me. So sometimes I sit and think, oh my God, I really want doll, and it's gonna be like that, and you know, a little bit remind me of this one, and little bit like that, and like that, and sit and thinking, and after time, oh, I really wish it, I wish this doll, I wish it, and I just run and make it. So my wish inspire me and push me, because sometimes I see something. For example, I love, you know, World of Warcraft. It's a game, a famous game, and you know, and this is, you know, very beautiful character with hoofs, and you know, it's like grenades, hoofs is jumping and like that, and I playing in a game, and oh my, I want something with hoofs like with that one, and I just start wishes, and my wish so strong I can't stop. I just run and do it. So for me, of course, inspired some games, some, I love fantasy, you know, fantasy characters inspire me. Like I love Elf, I love this, I love Japan, I love anime, I really love it. And you know, my last collections show my wishes really, you know, really clear, because I love anime, I love schoolgirl, I love school uniform, and that's what I start creating. And also I love fantasy, I love genies, elf, you know, some dragons, woman as an animal, woman as a dragon. I love it, and I just go and do it. So basically my wish is so strong. So if I decided I want a girl with a blondie hair in school uniform, so sweet, so cute, I just go and do it.
Okay.
It's happened sometime after anime. If I watch some anime, for sure I will go to do something like regular. Everybody inspires the same stuff, you know. Beautiful people, beautiful movie, beautiful you know, art, beautiful, you know, pictures. But you know, the strong wishes can't stop me. I if I wish something, that's it. So that's it. It's enough. It's everywhere now, here and right now. If I want something, I should get it, because nobody knows what will be tomorrow, or what was in the past. Nobody care. So now I should to do everything what I want, because who knows if I not come back on the earth anymore. What if I start to be alien forever? Who knows?
That's cute.
Oh, but you're
That's
just
good. You
you're
guys
just
are great
inspired
things
by
to live
life.
by.
That's generally it. You're inspired by life in general.
Yes, as it
So
sounds
yeah,
like.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I inspire
Yes.
everywhere. Yeah, but I trying to make me happy. Nobody will make you happy, you know. Your kids has own life, your husband also. You have only yourself
Mm-hmm.
to make you happy. So I'm doing everything what I want. Nothing can stop me.
That's really
That's good. You
I
only
think
have
those are
one
good
life.
words to live by, pretty much.
Yeah, you got, like you said, you got one life. We don't know what happens after this.
Yep,
Yes,
that's true.
yes.
You
So
have to
live it
make
to its
yourself happy.
best.
You have to
Yes.
make yourself happy at the
Yeah.
end of the day. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's
Yes.
been great. Yes.
Oh, girls, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, this has been great. It's been great. It's
Cool.
been so wonderful meeting you
Yeah.
and to be inspired and to be watching you from afar and to seeing these just amazing, beautiful creations from you.
Thank you so much.
So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
really
honor,
love it.
yeah.
I love getting behind, you know, like you said, you can see the dolls on the outside, right? But you don't know who that person is and what inspires them. And the fact that you're so powerful in creating the type of art that you create with your dolls, but also being proactive, you know, and helping other people that are suffering. And I think that is that's way more powerful, I think, you know, is that you're using your dolls to make a statement of being there for other people.
I'm
So.
trying, because I know, you know, some people who start making dolls just because with me in my art and never thinking about it. I start creating dolls because, you know, Marina Zbachkova creates this way in art, and I was inspired by that. But all artists live. We inspire each other and inspired by each other also. And I will be happy if somebody watch my work or something, and you know, start thinking about what if I will create dolls, or why, or thinking why my doll different than another, and how to create something, you know, based on this experience. It's normal. Thank you for your nice and kind word to my art. I so appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
making the
thank you.
time to be on the show with us. And as doll lovers, we just think you do amazing work and wanted to be able to share that with our listeners so they could find another artist to talk about, to look at, to support. Before we go, I want you to just tell people how they can, reach out to you, so how they can find your art.
My name is Rafael Nuri. If you just Google Rafael Nuri, you can find only my art. Also, the company name is BiDolls, like B-I, no, like buy in doll. My Instagram, Rafael Nuri, also. You can Google me. That's it. Just Rafael Nuri, and all of my, website, Instagram, or just BiDolls. So like that.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a great
Thank you
interview.
so much. Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
wonderful.
so we're looking forward to speaking with you again.
So yeah, thank you so much for spending time with us in the doll world. We really appreciate that, Rafael.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, girl.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.